Okay, hello everyone. Hello, and welcome, my friends. What is going on? What is up? Philly here live on the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, not only is this the beginning of a new streaming week, it's the beginning of a new month. Today is the 1st of July, 2018. And I wholeheartedly welcome you all here to the very first stream of the month. Rather than beat around the bush, I just want to jump right into it. What are we doing today? We're doing The Simpsons Hit and Run. For full disclosure reasons, I'm going to be playing this on the Xbox 360. This will be the original Xbox version of the game, emulated on the Xbox 360, okay? I looked at the other versions. The GameCube version also was a viable version. However, for some reason, it was a little bit more expensive, and I couldn't find a copy that was guaranteed to come with like all the content and everything, like the box and the instruction manual and everything. And you always gotta wonder when you buy a used copy that has nothing with it, the condition of the disc. You know what I mean? Like, it's just been sitting around in a sleeve for 10 years somewhere in a warehouse. Who knows if this thing is scratched or not, right? The game also has a PS2 version, but I don't have a means to capture from a PS2, so it is the original Xbox being emulated on Xbox 360. Hopefully this ends up being, a good version of the game. Okay, and we'll go from there. So, The Simpsons Hit and Run. At least 4 hours of gameplay today. From what I understand, this game is like Grand Theft Auto combined with The Simpsons. Apparently has around a 10-hour plot line, but there's tons of side content in the game, much like Grand Theft Auto. So we'll see how it goes. I've also heard that the game is incredibly rage-inducing, especially the end of the game, and some of the optional side missions can be really challenging. So I guess we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. All right. So that's today's stream. No other streams today. Oh my God, excuse me. Tonight, I'll be doing the weekend preview and fully explaining this whole week. But just as a quick summary, tomorrow more Simpsons, and tomorrow night, more Fighting EX Layer. Tuesday's the premiere of Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered. And then I'll be doing more Half-Life 2, probably getting near the end, if not beating Half-Life 2's Episode 2. And then the rest of the week will be a balance between that stuff. Red Faction and Simpsons back and forth. And then later this week, I will be resuming my Persona 5 playthrough. That's right, the really big, popular, entertaining, high-quality RPG from last year that I played 80 hours of and was forced to stop playing because Atlas hit me with erroneous copyright strikes, which they later removed, but I couldn't chance having my channel, in jeopardy. So here we are a year later. Pretty much no one is being affected at all by Atlas copyright strikes anymore for that game. So I will be resuming that playthrough later this week. So what a good balance this week, The returning Persona 5, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered, which is one of the game playthroughs from my original Dark Side Field channel back in 2009. What a crazy anniversary event that'll be. Plus Simpsons Hit and Run, among other stuff. It's going to be a great week, and it's going to be a great way to start off the month of July. As you guys know, typically, the month of July is one of the slowest months in the entire year for gaming. Almost no new releases whatsoever, and every July, I end up trying to fill up the time, with my own personal stuff. I want to do this downtime playthrough, this or that. And it's going to be more of the same this year, and I hope that you guys enjoy what I put out this July. I certainly am going to do my best to entertain you, alright? Speaking of which, since July has started, a couple things. First of all, thanks to everyone who pledged to my Patreon in the month of June. I really do appreciate you guys pledging. I will let you know soon how everything went. Right now, what happens is on the first of the month, they charge all of the patrons for the month, so I think when I checked, 15 out of like over 150 patrons had been processed. But those will be processed over the course of a day or two. And then next weekend, once I get through all the people who maybe got declined and we get all that sorted out, next weekend I'll be sending all of the patrons information via patreon.com. I'll send you all private messages on how to get your perks. In particular, remember, people who pledged in June are going to be nominating and voting on games for the Rageathon event. And I think they're pretty excited about that. So I will have more details about that next weekend, okay, once everything processes and all of that. But speaking of which, speaking of events and goals and all of that, ladies and gentlemen, it's now the month of July. That is correct. It is the month of July. That means it's time for a new Twitch subs goal. Are you guys ready? Because this is an idea that I had a while ago, and I've been saving it up, and I figured this is the perfect time, absolutely perfect time, for me to do this event. Are you guys ready? I hope you guys are ready. Hold on to your butts. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the July subscriber goal for my Twitch channel is... Ready? Hold on. No! That was the wrong button. I meant to press this one. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the goal is the 10th anniversary. Fuck. I forgot what I was going to call it. Fuck. What was I going to call it? DSP's 10th anniversary. Oh, I think it was going to... No, hold on. I think it was going to be like a decade of fun or a decade of hate or a decade of something. DSP's 10th anniversary marathon event. What is this? Well, here's what I'm going to do, all right? I totally botched this announcement really badly. Let's try this again. If we hit the subscriber goal for the month of July, all right, which I'm going to announce how many subscribers that is in just a moment. If we hit the subscriber goal, all right, I'm going to be doing a special event where for a marathon stream, I'm going to be going through playthroughs, videos, and things that you guys nominate, the biggest and most epic things I ever did in the 10 years that I've been a content creator for the internet. And what we're going to do is I'm going to watch them back live on stream, my own videos, and react to them now. Because the bottom line is there's some stuff that I've done over the years, you know, my old gameplay style, the old camera style, that things have dramatically changed, let's face it, right? And a lot of people have said, Phil, you know, how would you react to your old stuff now? Well, I don't know, because I haven't watched my old stuff in how long, you know? I mean, honestly, I don't really watch my videos. Once I make them, I don't really go back and watch them. One of the exceptions to this rule, all right, one of the exceptions to this rule is that just recently, these last 2 nights, I watched back the Street Fighter Master Run Challenge that I did on Friday, because I actually enjoyed doing that event so much, and I love those games from the 90s so much, that I actually wanted to rewatch and re-experience it again, and I did, and it was really fun. So, just think about this, okay? 10 years. How much stuff has happened in 10 years? I mean, just on DSPGaming alone, there's been over 46,000 videos. 46,000. Plus, you got the original Dark Side Phil channel, right? You got my vlogging. You've got the DSP Street Fighter channel. There's so much content that I put out in the past 10 years. And everyone has their favorites. You know, everyone likes a certain playthrough. Everyone likes a certain piece of content. So the reason this event's going to be awesome is that, you know, being able to nominate and then vote on your own personal favorite moments from my 10 years of content that I put out there. And then whatever wins the nomination and voting, I'm going to be watching it and reacting to it live with all of you on stream. That's the other thing. We're all going to be watching it on stream and reacting to it together. And be like, holy shit, you know, I said that or I did that 10 years ago. You know, it's going to be pretty fun. It's going to be pretty fun. So, hopefully, this event will be successful. So, how's it going to work? Allow me to announce how it's going to work right now. All right, because what I need to do is I need to base it on reality. If I set up a subscriber goal that's unrealistic, okay, there's no point. You know, like right now, if I said, oh, well, we're going to do this event, if I hit 550 subs, forget it. If you guys can see, right now, I only have 454 subs. So setting up a crazy-ass high goal is probably not going to work. As you guys saw last month, I set up a couple realistic goals. We hit them both. And ended up being really awesome, right? Because they were realistic goals. So, that's what we're going to do this month. It's going to be realistic goals. So, what are those goals going to be? The tier 1 goal, my friends, being that we're at 554 subs now, all right, is going to be if we can hit 585, excuse me, boy, did I screw that up, 485 subs. So, here we go. I'm actually setting that up on stream live with you guys right now. So if we hit 485 subscribers at any time during the month of July, the DSP's 10 years of... Here we go. We're going to call it 10 years of rage. That's what we're going to call it. DSP's 10 years of rage anniversary event will happen if we hit 485 subs during this month. Okay? So it's not too bad. That's what, 30 more subs than what we got right now? That's not bad. Now, there's a Tier 2 event, my friends. Tier 2 event. Alright, you guys ready for this? Hope you guys are ready. The Tier 2 event, if we so hit it, is that if we hit this Tier 2 subscriber goal, I will be doing another Patron's Choice playthrough. Okay? So, yes, the thing is, I've been so happy with how good these Patron's Choice playthroughs have turned out lately. You know, Half-Life 2, very good, very successful. People came out to watch it. The streams did really well. And now we're starting Simpsons Hit and Run, which, you know, everyone seems to be excited for. Seems like it's going to be a good event, okay? We're going to do another Patron's Choice event, okay? So, there you go. What is the Tier 2 goal? The Tier 2 goal is going to be a stretch, all right, just to warn everyone. 525 subscribers. Yes, it is definitely a stretch. But the thing is, I want to actively make it a big stretch because what happened last month was I hit the Tier 1 goal right away, so I very quickly set up a Tier 2 goal that was too close, and we hit it again immediately, and then the whole month I had no other goals. So what I want is something to stretch and aspire to. All right? So, one more time, guys, as a review. Tier 1 goal, if we hit 485 subscribers this month, it's going to be DSP's 10 Years of Rage anniversary event, where patrons who pledge $5 or more, like we always do, are going to be able to nominate and vote on their favorite moments from me of a 10-year legacy on YouTube, doing gameplay videos and vlogging and everything. You could even pick moments from things like trips that I've been on. Anything that basically is actively viewable on YouTube right now is fair game. So if you can see it right now on YouTube, you can nominate it for this event. It's going to be a fun day of marathoning and reminiscing of me watching all this stuff, you guys and me all reacting live to these videos and seeing, you know, oh my God, will I cringe at my old self? I probably will, because as you guys know, I've changed a lot in the last 10 years, all right? So that's the Tier 1 event. The Tier 2 event would be a special Patron's Choice playthrough event, doing another one since these last two have been so successful, and that's if we hit 525 subs, okay? Fair enough. So I think this is a good way to motivate people to subscribe in the month of July, and I hope that you guys are excited for that, okay? All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, real talk with you. A little bit of real talk here before we get into the rest of the pre-stream. Friday, I really enjoyed myself. I did this event called the Street Fighter Master Run Challenge. I had a ton of fun, and I loved playing these games, these fighting games from my youth. You know, these are games that I played when I was in the arcades. To the point, like I told you, I liked it so much, I went back over the next 2 nights and rewatched the whole event on YouTube myself, because I wanted to re-experience these games again. I had a ton of fun, and people who were on the streams were pretty supportive, but on YouTube, barely got any attention. And I'm to the point where I'm at my wit's end, my friends. I really am. Like, I want to have the freedom to play whatever I want and have fun with it. And if I want to play something from my past to reminisce for a 10-year anniversary, I want to be able to do it. If I want to pull a game out of a hat because it's a game that I've always wanted to play, I want to be able to do it. I don't want to be confined to, well, this isn't a hot new AAA release, therefore if you play it, the streams will do well, but YouTube will plummet and no one will watch it and everything will fall apart on DSPGaming because you played an old game. I'm tired of that shit. I really am. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm to the point where I just want to enjoy myself and have fun with you guys every day. I want this stream right now that I'm doing to be my priority and to be my main focus. I don't want to always have to have in the back of my head this nagging feeling that people won't watch something on YouTube and then my ad revenue plummets and now I can't pay my bills and I have a tight month because of this bullshit. All right. But that being said, in order to do that, all right, I need to increase my viewership on Twitch, and I need to grow my Twitch channel. This channel needs to grow pretty significantly in order for it to support me primarily as my, as the main source of income. Because right now, YouTube still is something that I lean on for income. It still is. I still need it. So I took in your suggestions over the last 2 days on Twitter. Some of them were ridiculous. Oh, well, focus more on the stream chat. Then I read back, oh, focus more on the game. So obviously, you got to take everything that you get on Twitter with a grain of salt. But the number one complaint was that the pre-streams are too long. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't see how that affects anything because I still put out 4+ hours of gameplay on every stream as I promise. Yet some people just can't get over the fact that I do pre-streams and they're very informative and people love to interact with me during them. So, what I'm going to try to do is abridge pre-streams. So I've already talked for 15 minutes. Normally I would do plugs and I would do a shout-out segment. I'm now going to do the shortest plugs segment humanly possible so that we can get right into the shout-outs and we can start with gameplay. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, the plugs. Thank you for 10 years of support. I appreciate all your viewership here on stream and on YouTube. I really, really, really do. If you'd like to go above and beyond just being a standard video watcher or stream viewer, there are many ways you can do so. The first is my Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil. I just mentioned if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon anytime during the month of July, and if we hit our sub goals for the month, you're going to be doing two things. Number one, for the tier 1 goal, you'll be nominating and voting on your favorite DSP moments over the past decade for me to watch back on a marathon-style stream coming up. It'll be probably in the early fall. A cool anniversary-style event. That's number one. Number two, we hit the tier 2 goal. You'll be nominating and voting on games for a Patron's Choice playthrough. So you get 2 advantages if you pledge to my Patreon this month and we hit the subscriber goals. So please consider it. There's other things you get on Patreon as well for pledging, other perks, but I'm not going to go into them for the sake of brevity here. So give it a look, patreon.com/darksidephil. Thanks to anyone who pledged in June. You guys were awesome, and here's to a great July. Moving on, if you could check out my Teespring shop over at teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming, I would appreciate it. Anything you buy from that merchandise shop, I get a commission. It helps me out, and you get a cool collectible. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, all kinds of fun stuff. Give it a look, and thanks to anyone who has bought anything from my Teespring shop before. I really do appreciate your purchase, okay? And then, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, if you're here on the stream, one of the greatest ways that you can get interaction with me is to get a shout-out via either cheering with bits, subscribing to the channel, or tipping me during the stream. And if you do any of those things, I will give you a verbal shout-out. However, keep in mind it is my channel, and it is subjective and at my discretion what I will read. Therefore, shorter messages will probably get a better chance to being shouted out on the stream. In addition, things that are toxic or insulting or drama-filled, I'm more than likely just going to skip. So, most people who do try to get a cheer understand that fact, and these streams end up being great. But you always get a couple people who don't get it, and it's fine. It's a natural thing you're going to see on streams like this. But thanks to everyone who does contribute. You guys help me out tremendously, and I do appreciate interacting with you guys. Now, you could also get an animation to play on the stream if you cheer 50 bits or more in one go, if you subscribe to the channel and then click on the share button afterward, or if you tip me $5 or more in one go. Any of those things, all right, will get you a nice animation to play on the stream as well. I've already mentioned the subscriber goals for the month. Other benefits of subscribing to the channel include getting access to all of my emotes, which are pretty awesome emotes that people use all the time in the stream chat if you guys haven't noticed. You also don't have to watch advertisements when I run them. And you also get the cool Chat Crown badge for ongoing loyalty. So, 3 awesome benefits for subscribing. Plus, if we hit the subscriber goals this month, obviously we'll be doing the anniversary event as well as another Patron's Choice playthrough. So, thank you guys for your support. I really do appreciate it. Last but not least, tipping. I mentioned tipping. You may wonder how you do it. And in particular, guys, if you really are wondering, gee, what's the biggest way I can help fill out this month right now? The answer is tipping. Early on in the month is when all of my freaking bills clear and financially things get tight. If you tip me right now, that money can go straight to paying my bills and it helps me out. So there's 2 ways you can tip. Either if you look below my live stream right now, you will see a button that says tips jar. Click on that tips jar button. It'll take you to my PayPal tips page. Leave a tip. Boom. You're done. And you can get a shout out for your tip if you choose not to leave an anonymous one. Okay? Or if you're on a mobile device and you cannot see that tips jar button, that's perfectly fine. Just type in !tip into the stream chat. All right? And then you will get a link to pop up that you can click on and take you to the tips page. So again, tipping, the absolute best way to help me out right now, and I do appreciate it. As you guys can see, we have the Stream Stats leaderboard live. This is a retro throwback playthrough. This is not some modern new AAA release, therefore I can do the leaderboard no problem. And I will be updating this leaderboard for not only total current subs, but also the current top cheerer and top tipper for the day. And I do appreciate any of your contributions, guys, and you can get up there if you are at the top. And in fact, I'm going to start doing shout-outs right now and start updating this leaderboard. All right? Fair enough? All right, here we go. I just got through the plugs in less than 5 minutes. So you guys want shorter pre-streams, there you go. Let's get to shout-outs, ladies and gentlemen. Special thanks to the many people who contributed during my day off. As you guys know, Saturday is my day off when I don't stream. Well, a ton of people contributed when I was not here, and I'm very appreciative of that, so let's get right to the shout-outs. First of all, we had Infinite55, who did a 200-bit cheer. We had Etta Burkris, who subscribed to the channel. Thank you. The Honest Troll cheered and said, one thing I don't get, what's with the tweets you send at like 2 to 3 a.m. your time? Typically, those are tweets I send right before I go to sleep. I usually am up till around maybe 2 in the morning, and then I get up around between 8 and 9. So I get around 6 hours of sleep, depending on, their usual night. A lot of times at night is when I think of stuff. I'm sitting around, relaxing. Kat's already asleep because Kat has to go to sleep earlier than me because she has work in the morning, much earlier than I do. And, I start thinking about stuff, and I have thoughts, and I tweet them out. So there you go. Infinite55 did another 100-bit cheer. Thank you, Infinite. The Impetuous subscribed for the 7th month in a row. Thank you for the resub, Impetuous, and the 7 months of support. Guitar Player 1939 did a 1,000-bit cheer. Wow, thank you. That's one of the biggest cheers I've ever gotten when I wasn't broadcasting. Thank you, Guitar Player. And he says, I don't know if you already answered this. What did you think about Thor Ragnarok? I thought it was a good movie, but it very much is a comedy. The whole design of the movie is designed to be a comedy, despite the fact that there are big, epic action sequences and the like. Some of the stuff, it reminded me very much of Guardians of the Galaxy. And for me, that was kind of an odd placing, because even though Thor also always had humor in it, it was never the main focus of the Thor movies. And to have a Thor movie that literally changed its tone so differently from the other two kind of threw me for a loop. But at the same time, it wasn't a bad movie. So there you go. That's what I thought. Big Apple cheered, and he basically said some nonsense that I don't even understand what he's saying. He says, do you ever dream of blank and apples? And the blank is because it was a commonly blocked word, which means it was a swear or some kind of insult. And he says, shout out to a good streamer, Steve and you. Then Big Apple cheered again. He says, in my first cheer is Diva. And do you listen to any good tunes? I like Liquid Richards' album. And then he cheered again. He said, Ed Boon is a cuck. What the hell? I don't know what this guy's saying, but thank you for the cheers. This guy seems like he's a little, I don't know. Let's continue on. Timbo Slice cheered. He says, Phil, how long till we see you do the Pakai one-chip challenge? I have no idea what you're talking about, so I can't answer it. I'm sure some people know what that is and will probably laugh now. Har, har, har. But I have no idea what he's saying. Johnny Soros cheered, and he said, King Kozatov scored the winning goal for Russia yesterday. Wow. Well, there you go. Congrats, King Kozatov. All right. Now, we're moving on to people who contributed during the course of today's stream. We start off with Johnny Soros Rex gifting a subscription to Jake Likes Cats. So thank you very much to Johnny Soros, and also congratulations to Jake Likes Cats. Very nice. PS Geek Cheer said, happy Sunday. I just bought the Nintendo Switch and Mario Kart. Well, there you go. Good for you. Again, if you bought the Switch, I strongly recommend you also buy Super Mario Odyssey. For me, that's the best game on there, and it was my game of the year last year, so obviously I'm going to lean strongly towards telling you to buy it. It really was a great experience for me. All right, a goof called Woof gifted a subscription to Subversion 8. So congratulations to Subversion 8, and thank you to the goof called Woof. Toxic Toilet Juice cheered 25 bits and said, I know you started a playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic a long time ago. I don't expect you to continue from where you left off, but will you ever start a new playthrough of it? Yes, I really do feel that eventually people will want to see that. The only reason I stopped playing it years ago is because it just wouldn't even run on my PC anymore, which is one of the foibles of playing PC games. I was using this game with a mod to make it look modern, and then the mod crashed and the game crashed, and I couldn't uninstall the mod. The game wouldn't boot. So I had to stop playing the game. However, I do have it on original Xbox, so maybe one day I will go back to it. A Goof Cold Wolf cheered. It said, drunk Resident Evil 5 playthrough reaction. Was I drunk? Yeah, I was. I remember when I played Resident Evil 5, a lot of that playthrough, I actually was drunk. You're actually right. Now I'm realizing that. He's absolutely right. I was pretty drunk for like the second half of the game, the original time that I played it. And it was funny because when I replayed it, the HD version years later, I was like, wow, I don't remember any of this. Like, wow, what's this? A whole stage and a whole... I don't remember how I did this. You remember the whole temple puzzle and shit? The first time I did that, someone just guided me around because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Pretty funny. So, yeah. Maybe that reactions to that could be pretty fun. Toxic Toilet Juice cheered. He said, wouldn't it be better to do the anniversary event anyway, regardless of subs, to show appreciation for people who've been watching for the past 10 years? I mean, yeah, absolutely it would. And then, then when I go out of business and I can't do this anymore full time because I couldn't motivate people to subscribe to the channel, and I couldn't motivate people to pledge to Patreon, and I couldn't motivate people to contribute, then people will say, oh, that poor Phil, the sad sob story of the guy who couldn't make it work. The bottom line is, these are great events because they motivate people, and listen, of all the stuff that I do a lot of stuff now for free that others don't. The show, Ask the King, itself is a show where I, for free, answer people's questions. Guess what? Some people have Patreon goals set up just for that. Most of the stuff that I've done over the years was stuff that I did for free, where I never motivated anyone to pledge anything or contribute to anything. You know what I mean? I do daily streams, lots of daily streaming. What I'm doing is I'm trying to find a way to motivate people to contribute who normally wouldn't, all right, or maybe who want to see a very fun special event that's desirable happen without having to completely change up my formula of what I do on a daily basis. And that's very tough. Because, Phil should just do this. That's great, but if I do that, then what happens to my daily streams? They go, you know what I mean? The time has to come from somewhere. So by doing something like this, it allows me to motivate people to contribute and also get something very fun and positive out of it without taking away from other stuff that I do, okay? It's that simple. It's why don't you just do everything for free always? Why don't, Phil, if you really loved your fans, why don't you just remove all advertisements from all your YouTube videos? And why don't you never do any plugs and never do shoutouts for cheer, subs, and tips and turn all that off? Just stream for free completely forever, and that way you lose everything you have and go away forever. Okay, how about no? How about instead, I act like a logical adult, and I try to do things that make sense so I can keep doing this for a living. That's the bottom line, is trying to maintain a way to keep doing the fun stuff. You know what I mean? Doing this fun stuff, doing these daily streams and everything is motivated by the fact that I can pay my bills. If I can't pay my bills, I can't do them. So it's just logic. But again, I don't think this is considered. The guy's name is Toxic Toilet Juice. I'm pretty sure he wasn't seriously asking that question anyway. And he certainly didn't expect a serious answer either. So there you go. All right. Shout out to Third Eye the Third, who cheered 50 bits. It says, I don't know why you bother with the pre-stream at all. Everyone on Twitch knows how to tip and cheer. They know popular streamers are inclined to have merch. I follow 64 streamers, and you're the only one that has a pre-stream. Waste of time and annoying to anyone who has to hear it daily. Well, Third Eye the Third, it's probably because I guarantee you, out of the streamers that you watch, more than likely, I'm one of the smallest. All right? I'm not big time. It's not like I turn on the stream and immediately people are going nuts in the stream chat with contributions. I need to have this segment. It's that simple. Plus, as you guys know, when I play games, a lot of the times, especially if it's a narrative-based game or a new game that I'm playing for the first time, I'm focused on the game. And yes, there's interaction with you guys, but I'm not going to sit here and have a casual conversation about stuff like, oh, here's my schedule coming up and everything during a gameplay video that, number one, is going to be on YouTube and no one will care. And number two, I need to focus on the game. You probably watch a lot of gameplay streamers where the main focus of their stream is, number one, interacting. That's not with me. For me, it's equal parts interaction and gameplay, which is a lot different. I'm not someone who just streams Fortnite every fucking day. I'm a variety streamer who's playing so many different games at one time. I can't 100% be focused on the stream chat at all times. In fact, people have told me they get frustrated when I'm playing a game and I miss something in the game because I'm looking at stream chat or interacting with stream chat. So it's a balance, all right? That's fine. You like 63 other streamers who don't do pre-streams, you're very welcome to go fucking watch them. If really having a segment before the actual uninterrupted gameplay begins is so annoying to you, and you're so impatient that you can't put up with this segment, then feel free to just go watch them. I'm not going to stop you, But I think it's kind of ridiculous that people will not give me any opportunity to talk with you guys without the hindrance of gameplay interfering, or to give plugs on my own stream when every other fucking streamer does it. You're full of crap, by the way. A lot of streamers have these segments and constantly advertise and do these things in between everything. So, no, you're not being very too truthful here when you say, I watch 63 other streamers, none of them advertise like you. That's complete nonsense. Okay. Shout out to AES, who cheered and said one way that could boost up the number of subscribers and engagement is devoting one day to play multiplayer games with viewers. It brings out trolls, but it will improve the rapport between yourself and the viewers. AES, as I've told you, I used to do this. Whenever there used to be a new game with big multiplayer, I used to do it. But sadly, what's happened now is that you got this group of really toxic, and I hate to say it, but just the crazy people. They follow me around, and they jump on opportunities like that. Oh my God, Phil's playing a multiplayer game. This is it. Let's all jump in that lobby, fill that lobby with trolls. He can't turn on voice chat because we'll all be constantly be insulting him and his girlfriend, and then we're gonna fucking just troll him in the gameplay to make it worthless. I can't do it. I can't do it, AES. I wanted to do it in the past, and I had to stop doing these fan appreciation lobbies because it just became an insane amount of disgusting toxicity and trolling, and I'm not opening myself up to that again. All right, shout out to Zacho, who says, really think games with subs viewers would help increase subs. It's possible to avoid trolls. Well, he's saying the same thing that AES said, and I just addressed it. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. If anyone has a solution, but the problem is when you do an open lobby where people can just join you in multiplayer, you're going to have that element. And especially because most multiplayer games are competitive team-based games, like, you know, first-person shooters, you have to have a team of people cooperating, right? It just makes it not manageable and not possible. You know, again, this is something that I used to do all the time until people became so toxic towards me, and then I had to abolish those events because they just don't work anymore. After doing 2 events where I tried this and the entire of the events was just trolling and nastiness, I said, enough is enough. There's no point in continuing. Oh my goodness. How on earth do I say this? Oscar Derlewinger. Oscar Derlewinger. Did a 100-bit cheer. And he said something stupid about the toilet running after eating spicy food. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you for the 100-bit cheer regardless. NDO103 subscribed to the channel for 18 months in a row. Thank you, NDO, for the 18-month support. I do appreciate that. And Zacho cheered again and said, new webcam, green screen, these things can change things up. Well, as for a new webcam, I'm not going to buy any kind of equipment until someone recommends something that's good. And people are like, oh, this webcam is bad. Well, this webcam I've used for a while. When I did buy this webcam, I bought 3 separate webcams at the same time that everyone at the time told me were the top of the line. And guess what? This webcam was the best. Now, here we are years later, people are telling me this webcam is outdated. Well, recommend a better one. If someone could recommend me a great webcam that's plug and play, easy to use, it will work with OBS, and isn't hundreds and hundreds of dollars, then yeah, eventually maybe I would look to upgrade my equipment, upgrade my webcam for the business. Absolutely. If I can afford it, that's the thing. If it's not, oh, a $300 webcam, well, I can't afford that. I can't afford to buy a new PS4 Pro, when my PS4 audio out screwed up. Then obviously I can't afford a $300 webcam, right? But if there's something that's reasonable, maybe the technology has advanced and now these things are much better, then absolutely I would consider something like that, as long as it's not something that's going to break the bank, okay? Green screen's not possible. I've said it about 400 times. There's nowhere to put it in my office. Behind my love seat, there's 0 space between the wall and me. And if I tape it to the wall, it will look awful. The way a green screen works is it has to be very smooth and flat, okay? Alright, so it has to be smooth and flat. And I can't do that behind me. I've got soundproofing foam. There's no space to stand up a green screen. This office is not a good office for lighting either. Like, I have to perfect the lighting to be straight up. And green screen doesn't add anything. I've said this 100 times. I'll say it again. When I see these streamers with green screen, it doesn't actually improve anything at all. The number one complaint I got is that my webcam looked unprofessional because it just kind of stuck out there. Well, now I have an overlay for it. So that excuse or that complaint is no longer valid. Because now it looks cool. It's got an animation and everything that plays around it. So, you know, it is what it is. My style makes only certain things viable. And my style does not allow me to have a green screen behind me. If I were sitting at a PC with, you know, a lamp in front of me and I hunched over my PC playing games every day, then that would be perfectly viable. And by the way, that's how the vast majority of people who use a green screen do it. That's not how I can do it, and I can't even do it like that in my office because of my setup. So, it is what it is, guys. And by the way, again, not a single person over the years has ever told me that there would be any kind of a positive benefit for the green screen, besides the fact that everyone else just does it. Like, that's great that everyone does something. Does that mean that it actually concretely adds a damn thing to the stream? No. Just that everyone jumped on the same bandwagon, and it became a common practice without actually see, oh, okay, this added this or this to the stream. For me, I need to find a way to hook people to come watch my streams and enjoy them by getting over the negativity and the association of just this toxicity with me that I have nothing to do with. If you just come and watch my streams daily, you know that I'm not about that at all. But sadly, people are all about that when they come to hate on me. That's what we need to overcome. How you get people to come to the streams and see the real me and the fun that we have here on a daily basis versus, oh, let's do a green screen and a new webcam. That's not going to get anyone new. You know what I mean? You're still going to have the same people say, well, I'm not going to check him out because of the negativity. So. All right. Throw out the third shoot again. Because I didn't mean to trigger you. You're not the swell streamer I follow. You're in the middle. I genuinely think you benefit from not having a pre-stream. That's 1.5 hours more of gameplay. In what world is that a bad thing? How about the world where I never get to talk to my viewers about anything because I'm only playing games, and the world where I have zero advertisement so no one cheers, subs, tips, pledges to Patreon, or buys stuff from Teespring? Because that's the world we live in, and that's not the world of a reality. As I said earlier on the stream, from the same person who said, why can't you just do everything for free? Because that's not how life works. This is not my hobby, and I have a 9-to-5 office job outside of this that pays the bills. This is my job. And therefore, there has to be some air of professionalism when it comes to it, including advertisement segments and the like. This is, again, I understand. It's free content for you. You watch it. You like it. You don't like a certain portion of it. But it's called a necessary evil, my friend. And in adult reality, this is how life is. Again, I wish I could give everything away for free constantly, and I never had to pay a bill. That's not how my life is. It never will be. Okay? Shout out to a goof called Wolf who cheered again. It's a World of Warcraft playthrough reaction. Well, see, there you go. Here's a perfect example of why I can't do multiplayer shit anymore. I go to play World of Warcraft, which was an event goal that everyone wanted to see, and the whole event sucked. It was ruined because trolls just came into the server and just trolled me. I couldn't even get out of the spawning area because I couldn't complete the early quests because the game is not troll proof at all. And that's what happens every time I try to do one of these open multiplayer events. It sucks. Well, Oscar Durlawanger cheered again and said some stuff that it doesn't even make sense, so thank you for the cheer, but whatever. Obi-Wan Kenobi just cheered. He says, I love the pre-streams. It gives me information about subbing, tipping, and if anyone who's new at Twitch that watches you learns a lot from your pre-streams. It's true. It's my pre-stream segments that not only get you caught up on what's going on with me on a daily basis, but basically to give you all the basics of what to expect on my stream. Versus other streamers, you might just jump in and have no idea what the hell's going on, right? And that's fine. Again, if you're a giant streamer who has tons of viewers and everyone's crazy going, having a good time in the stream chat and just, it's chaotic and you have so many sheer number of people watching at any time that they're just going to contribute no matter what, that's okay. If you're someone like me who has more of a dedicated viewership, but there's a few newcomers coming in every day to figure stuff out and see me for the first time, if there's zero advertisement or anything, they're never going to understand, how I make a living. Again, a necessary evil, right? Okay. All right, well, that is it, guys. One final thing, and then we're going to begin, is I just want to do a shout-out for the last time. All right, the last time, to those who cheered this week, the top 10 cheerers for the week. Because the reason I say the last time, this is going to reset very shortly. It actually resets overnight from Sunday to Monday. So last opportunity for anyone who wants to get onto this top 10 leaderboard, but let's give credit where credit is due. All right. Okay. So shout out to, hold on. There we go. Shout out to, in number 10, Dr. Soundwave. In 9th place, beating Dr. Soundwave by only a single bit, Flippin' Trees. A tie for 8th place between Shao Kahn Artist and Boba Fett. In 6th place, we had Zacho. In 5th place, Infinite 55. In 4th place, Ostmink. In 3rd place, Octoa. In 2nd place, The Lord Lamb V3. And in 1st place, Derfuzalador, who did that ridiculously generous cheer back on Friday. And I'm very appreciative of that, okay? Norval Shaggy Rogers, yes, this sub goal that I mentioned, this 10 years of rage event, is limited to my videos. I'm not going to be watching detractor videos. That would be incredibly stupid and a waste of everyone's time and just give negative attention to scumbags who just want negative attention. And by the way, those videos wouldn't win anyway because these videos are going to be nominated and voted on by patrons. And my patrons are some of my biggest fans. They're not going to be nominating and voting on detractor videos. So there you go. Okay. Are we good? Have we covered it? So today's pre-stream was definitely much shorter, although it did get drawn out by a few questions in the cheers that made it end up being a little bit longer than I had intended. I wanted it to be about 30 minutes. Here we are around 38 minutes. But we'll work on it. Every day I'll try to go shorter. Okay, guys? All right. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And I think it's time to begin with the Simpsons Hit and Run and see what this game is. Why you guys have been so excited about this game and see me play it. As a fan of the original Simpsons, when I say that, I mean like the first 10 to 15 years of the Simpsons. I really haven't watched them much in the last 10 years or so. So we'll see if I get the references and stuff from the game, okay? Alright. Alright, guys, let's begin. Let's end the pre-stream. Thanks, everyone, for your support, and let's get this show on the road.